deep within the rugged cradle of the Zagros Mountains, where the dust of millennia settles upon the Mardasht plain, lies a silent witness to the dawn of world empires. This is Persepolis, the city of Persians, a site that was once the beating heart of an empire so vast it touched the shores of the Indus, the Nile, and the Danube. To understand Persepolis is to understand the very concept of a superpower. It was not merely a city of stone and mortar, but a physical manifestation of an ideology, a vision of a unified world governed not just by the sword, but by a complex bureaucracy and a startlingly progressive philosophy of human rights. Founded in 518 BCE by Darius the Great, Persepolis was designed to be the architectural climax of the Achaemenid dynasty. While other ancient capitals like Susa or Babylon served as administrative hubs, Persepolis was the spiritual and ceremonial center, a terrestrial mirror reflecting the divine order of the heavens. The construction of this colossal site was an engineering miracle that challenged the limits of the ancient world. Before a single column could be raised, the Persians had to tame the landscape itself. Architects and engineers carved a massive artificial terrace of 125,000 square meters out of the side of the Mount of Mercy. This was a feat of precision and patience, requiring the leveling of jagged rock and the construction of massive retaining walls, some of which reached 20 meters in height. These walls were built using dry masonry techniques, where massive stones were fitted together with such surgical precision that no mortar was required, held together instead by iron and lead clamps. This foundation was the stage upon which the Achaemenid kings would broadcast their power to the world. As a visitor in the 5th century BCE, your journey would begin at the Great Stairway, a dual flight of steps designed with a remarkably shallow rise. This was a deliberate choice by the architects, allowing dignitaries from across the globe to ascend the terrace with grace and dignity, perhaps even on horseback, without losing their breath. At the summit stood the Gate of All Nations, a monumental portal guarded by colossal winged bulls with human faces, the lamassu. These stone giants, carved with muscles that seemed to pulse under the Iranian sun, were intended to inspire both awe and humility. They served as a psychological threshold. To pass between them was to leave the mundane world behind and enter the presence of the King of Kings. The inscriptions here, written in Old Persian, Elamite, and Babylonian, proclaimed the glory of Xerxes and welcomed the diverse peoples of the empire, signaling that this was a place where all cultures under Persian rule were recognized. Beyond the gate lay the Apadana, the great audience hall, perhaps the most spectacular room ever built in antiquity. Imagine 72 slender limestone columns reaching 24 meters into the sky, crowned with intricate capitals depicting bulls, lions, and griffins. These pillars supported a massive roof of Lebanese cedar, once adorned with plates of gold and silver. The Apadana could hold 10,000 people at once, a gathering of the empire's elite and foreign emissaries. The walls of the Apadana stairways are a silent library of history, decorated with the world's most exquisite bas-reliefs. Here, 23 subject nations, from the Scythians of the north to the Ethiopians of the south, are depicted in a peaceful, rhythmic procession. Unlike the war-torn imagery of contemporary Assyrian or Egyptian monuments, which focused on the brutalization of the conquered, the Persepolis reliefs emphasize order, harmony, and the offering of gifts. Each delegation is shown in their native dress, bearing the finest products of their lands, textiles, exotic animals, and precious jewelry, symbolizing a voluntary contribution to the stability of the empire. This sense of order extended beyond the stone reliefs and into the very fabric of Persian society. For decades, it was assumed that Persepolis was built by slaves, as was the custom in the ancient world. However, the discovery of the Persepolis fortification archive, thousands of clay tablets written in Elamite cuneiform, shattered this misconception. These documents reveal a sophisticated labor system where every craftsman, mason, and laborer was a paid professional. They record rations of grain, wine, and meat, provided to workers from as far away as Ionia and Egypt. Perhaps most revolutionary for the time was the evidence of women's roles. The tablets describe female supervisors and workers who received equal pay and even maternity leave. This administrative brilliance was the secret to the Achaemenid longevity, creating a sense of investment among the people that no army could ever enforce. As we move deeper into the complex, we find the private palaces of the kings, the tachara of Darius, and the hedish of Xerxes. These were more intimate spaces, yet no less grand. The polished black limestone of the tachara was so finely buffed that it acted like a mirror, reflecting the flickering torchlight during the long nights of the Persian New Year, or Nowruz. This festival was the focal point of the year, a celebration of rebirth and the spring equinox. It was during Nowruz that the King of Kings would sit upon his throne, surrounded by the scent of burning frankincense and the sound of music, reaffirming the covenant between the ruler and the ruled. The imagery of the lion attacking the bull, found throughout the site, serves as an eternal reminder of this seasonal transition, the lion representing the sun and the bull representing the moon or the departing winter. However, the golden age of Persepolis was not to last. In 330 BCE, the horizon darkened with the dust of the Macedonian phalanxes. Alexander the Great, fueled by a mixture of ambition and a desire for revenge for the Persian invasion of Greece over a century earlier, arrived at the gates. The fall of Persepolis remains one of history's most debated tragedies. After looting the legendary treasury, which reportedly required 10,000 pairs of mules and 5,000 camels to carry away, a fire broke out that consumed the cedar roofs and collapsed the towering columns. Some historians claim it was a calculated political act, a symbolic end to Persian hegemony. Others suggest it was an accidental spark during a drunken celebration. Whatever the cause, the gilded heart of the empire was reduced to a smoldering ruin in a single night. The gold melted from the walls, flowing into the drainage channels, leaving behind only the scorched skeleton of Darius's dream. Yet, in a profound twist of historical irony, the fire that destroyed Persepolis also saved it. The intense heat of the inferno baked the clay administrative tablets in the treasury and fortification walls, hardening them into stone and preserving the records of Persian life for 2.5 millennia. Without that fire, the stories of the common workers, the details of the royal kitchen, and the nuances of the Persian bureaucracy would have been lost to the damp of the earth. Today, the ruins of Persepolis stand as a haunting testament to both human genius and human frailty. The stone lamassu still stare out across the plain, their features worn by time, but their presence still commanding. Persepolis reminds us that empires may fall and gold may melt, but the vision of a world united in diversity, a vision first articulated here on this stone terrace, is an echo that continues to resonate through the corridors of history.